This is Buddy from root&earth, and I am currently in the woods in my neighborhood, which is foothills of western North Carolina. I am hunting lion's mane, and as you can see, I am in a low-lying, swampy type of area. In my particular neck of the woods, I find this is one of the best types of areas for me to find them in. I find a good bit of silver maple down here, which I find them on all types of hardwoods, but silver maple seems to be one of their favorites. And I was working my way through the woods here. I've been hiking for about 2 miles now, trudging through horrible thickets of overgrowth of understory plants, which is the typical habitat in my neck of the woods. This is now an area I've come to which is quite open and very nice to move through in comparison, but as I was moving through here a couple minutes ago, I spotted right back there, if you can see it, a really nice big lion's mane on the rotting trunk of the remnants of some hardwood tree anyway. And now I just have to figure out a way to get through this swampy maze back to it. I made it over here. I had said it would be pretty easy with my boots, but like with most things in my neck of the woods, when I started making my way, I stepped off into what appeared to be solid and went almost to my knee deep in muck. If you are hunting mushrooms or doing anything else in the woods by yourself, be extremely careful. I have stepped off in creeks that I thought were 4 inches deep and sunk in what was basically quicksand up above my knee and had a hard time getting out. So there are dangers out here. Be careful. But as you can see, it is a beautiful specimen. Pretty large, not huge, but it's a good find. Just another quick word on that specimen that I just harvested in the swampy area. It is indeed on a still living but partially rotted remnant of a silver maple. Another quick word about silver maples. I am currently in a grove of them here, if you can see that. They're everywhere right here. Still in a low-lying area, not quite as much of a swamp as I was, but as I'm moving through the woods looking for these mushrooms, this is the type of stuff that I'm looking for. Silver maples have a tendency to get damaged at some point in their life, and they will continue growing. I have seen them growing on large trees with almost nothing holding them up, but on these wounds of various shapes and sizes, that is where the lion's mane tends to grow. I believe that the living tissue of the tree is able to provide the mycelium with quite a bit more nutritional value, sugars and such, than a fully dead tree or a rotting log. And so that is my theory on why I tend to find them on silver maples. It's almost always on a wound on the tree. So as I am moving through the woods looking for these, I am keeping my eye out all through the woods for damage to the trees or wounds like these, where a large branch may have broken off, where they've been struck by lightning. Any of these are excellent clues that you are in the right area. Still out here, and I have covered probably 3 or 4 miles at this point. Just came across this little beauty right here, and while I'm here, I might as well give you a little bit of information about identifying this mushroom. It is always going to be growing on wood. It can be dead wood or a living tree, but it will never be growing on the ground unless for some reason there might be an exposed root or something like that. But it is a wood rotter. And other things to know about it are it has these little tooth-like structures. It grows like a pom-pom. It actually has several species in our area that grow in different forms. This is the classic lion's mane, Hericium erinaceus. The one that I collected earlier was Hericium americanum, and we have Hericium coralloides as well, which grows in a more almost coral fungus type of look, but all of them will be white and will grow on wood. This one, again, I was talking earlier about wounds on the tree. This one is growing on a white oak, and it's growing where a fairly large branch has been broken off in the past. And as you can see, it's a beauty. It's fairly small. This one's a little smaller than a baseball, and I am going to leave it, and I'll come back and check on it from time to time, but probably within a week I will more than likely come and get this, and it should have tripled or quadrupled in size, I would think. But anyway, they will always grow on hardwood trees. You will never find these on the East Coast growing on a conifer. So if you're in pine woods, you're not in the right spot. So here we have a prime example of why you need to take your time, move extremely slow, pay attention to the details of every fallen log jam, thicket, standing tree, everything. I was walking across the other side of this hill. This creek bed is filled with fallen trees, and I almost went up and around to avoid having to go through some thickets, but I decided to come down this way, and if you can see right here, hidden behind all this stuff is a large and perfect lion's mane. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and I would have missed it if I had gone the easier route. And I noticed once I got over here, there's another one on this side. Again, this is a fallen silver maple. It looks like it was a little rotted in the middle. It is a large maple, and so this will probably produce lion's mane for a few years now. So I will come back in coming years. So I am just about done for the day. I have covered right at 5 miles. I have got a nice haul of lion's mane and turkey tail, as you can see. Some of them are large, some a little smaller. If you are just getting into hunting mushrooms, and you will become obsessed with lion's mane like I did early on, don't give up hope. Your number one enemy is going to be your own mind convincing you that because you haven't seen any yet that you're not going to find them. If you give up, you will definitely not find them. I hunted for this mushroom literally for 3 seasons before I ever found one, and I hunted pretty hard. You just have no way of knowing until you've been out there and explored your area, found what they like, found the habitat, found the conditions that produce them. You're just not going to find them, and if you do, consider yourself very lucky. But building a knowledge base of when and why these mushrooms fruit during the year is essential if you actually want to be able to find baskets full of them. So just don't give up. At any given moment, even if you haven't seen a thing, you could turn around and see the biggest and best mushroom that you have ever seen in your life. But the important thing is to get out. There is no way to guarantee that you will find them, but you can absolutely guarantee that you will not by simply not getting out. So go out, hunt them, find them, enjoy yourself, and thanks for tuning in. And if you enjoy content like this, mushrooms and wild crafting, wild medicine, wild foods, be sure to subscribe and like our videos, and check us out on Instagram at root&earth, as well as root&earth apothecary, on our group on Facebook at root&earth, and www.root&earth.com. Thanks so much.